having some audio problems here. This should work. Great. As I said, so today we're talking about Garifuna drumming and spirituality. And there's one person we always turn to be able to educate us on this. We are joined by Josh Arana, who I imagine is comfortably in Dangriga. Are you, Josh? Good morning.
I'm in Belmopan.
In Belmopan, all right. Still not here with us where we get to have the live drumming session. How are you doing?
I am well. Yourself?
Not too bad. Very interested in our conversation for this morning. So let's just start off by talking about, the Garifuna drums and its historic tie to spirituality.
Okay, so right here, as you notice, I have 3 drums with me. As it relates to Garifuna spirituality, 3 drums are played in the Dabuyaba. And if you notice, there are all segundas. There are no primeros played in the Dabuyaba. Simply because our spirituality set foundation for our culture. Our mothers set foundation for our families and our societies. So given the fact that they all set foundation, then you could see as to why we only play segundas in the Dabuyaba and the primeros. So what do these drums represent? One drum will represent past life, our ancestors, those who are no longer with us in body, but they are still here with us in spirit. The other drum represents future life. Those are our children, our grandchildren, those who are not here, but will be here in the future, who will be the bearers of this legacy, which is our culture. And the drum in the middle represents us, present life. Together, they represent all of life, which is one cycle.
Now, when you talk about the connections that each individual drum has, does it also impact how you play it and when you play it as well?
Well, as it relates to our Dugu ceremony, Dugu ceremony is played, or the Dugu ceremony is held around a certain time, and it's mostly done during the summer period. And why? One might ask why. Simply because it is for the community to be able to participate. School is out, and everybody is able to play their role as it relates to that ceremony, So these drums and the rhythms that are played are only played in the Dabuyaba. The rhythm that is played in the Dabuyaba is called Hugu. Hugu is a semi-sacred rhythm. It almost sounds like the Uguledu, but it is not. So Uguledu would be something like this. Hugu is just. They have the same timing, but they're different.
Yeah, and the second one is more used in ceremonies, isn't that right?
It's used mainly played during church. It's a semi-sacred rhythm.
Yeah.
And it's a rhythm of welcoming.
Yeah. Josh, I think one of the fascinating things, and I was taken back for a moment into when you did your TED Talk talking about how drumming made you a feminist. I think when you think of the cultural and historical significance tied into the music and the use of the drums in the Garifuna culture, it's really understated. We enjoy the music because it's great music, or we enjoy the drumming because it somehow reverberates inside us. But that's kind of the purpose when you think of how the drums are used as well. For you, and I know you do a lot of education on Garifuna culture and drumming, how do you communicate that message to people?
Well, the important thing here is that to ensure that a drummer, when he or she plays, and I'm not talking just about somebody who plays the drum or who knows how to beat the drum. To be a drummer, it comes with a certain level of knowledge about the instrument and a certain level of knowledge about the culture. Mm-hmm. So the drum in itself is only a calling, brings you in to introduce you to more of what the culture is about, so that you on your own be able to seek further knowledge about the culture. So it's only like an introduction to the culture.
Yeah. Yeah. And the different types of ways the drums are played, and the combination of drums, it depends on the circumstances that you're going to be playing for, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
when it comes to the spiritual ceremony, the dugu, only segunda. Mm-hmm. Okay. These drums set foundation. These drums set foundation for every rhythm.
Okay.
The primero would be played more during festive times. Mm-hmm. You're playing a paranda or you're playing punta, because the primero drum improvises. Mm-hmm. Improvises based on movement of dancer, mm-hmm. based on the feeling of the drummer, based on his understanding of what the song is saying and how he or she interprets that on his drums, mm-hmm. or her drums, and that's pretty much. Yeah.
So you want to play for us just a bit the difference? So if you were just using the 2 segundas, what type of beat that has a more deep melodious type of sound, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have 3 segundas here to mm-hmm. represent segundas that would be played in the dabuyaba. Mm-hmm. So I'll just play a nice little easy going Ugulento beat.
Nice. I missed live drumming. I feel like I haven't heard it in so long. Let's hope by November 19th we'll be able to do this, to have you back in studio to drum for us. But
yes, man, anything.
You know, I think the key part of this conversation, we're trying to broaden the perspectives that we've been hearing. People have been talking about African heritage. We know the Black Lives Matter movement that is really loud right now coming from the United States. And it's kind of just sparked a conversation that we wanted to tie back to our own local cultures here. Josh, you know, there's so many similarities between the drums that are used in cultures across the world that have African heritage. And I know because you are a world traveler yourself with your music, you've probably discovered those connections. Can you tell me about that?
As it relates to drumming, all drummer and his drums have the same purpose. Mm-hmm. Every drummer is one drummer. Every drum is the same drum. Okay? Tie that back. When it comes to our heritage and our spirituality, the foundation of it in itself is the concept Awubum Amudunu. Means I for you and you for me. The Garifuna people believe in the oneness of everything. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
Ambu amuranu. I for you, you for me. Oneness. If you were to take the first letter of each of those words, Au starts with an A. Bo starts with a B. Amur starts with an A, and No starts with an N. If you were to make a word from the first word of each, from the first letter of each of those words, it spells Abba. Abba in the Garifuna culture means one.
And so there's a lot of synchronicity between what you play and the purpose behind why you play.
Yes. As a matter of fact, when let me take you and showcase to you what a part of what this oneness is all about.
Okay.
One of the sacred rhythm within the Garifuna ceremony, rituals, spirituality is called the Mali. What does the Mali represent? It represents oneness. Okay? So I'll put the drum around my neck.
Okay.
And by standing and having the drum around my neck like this, this represents the heavens.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And let's say I am facing east. So I am at the extreme west part of the Dabuyeba. Okay? So I am at extreme west, and I have heavens, and I will bring extreme west and heaven into the center. So now I have extreme west, heavens, center, and I will combine it with earth. And I will seal that bond. And the same will be done for south, east, and north. And if you notice, it forms a cross.
Yeah.
Right? Because you will go extreme west, heavens into the center. Okay, you will seal that bond, and then you will go south, come back into the center, seal that bond, east, seal that bond, west. So we have people all over the world.
Yeah.
But we're not isolated as a culture. So we're all apart. In the middle is where we all meet.
Okay.
So we had our own concept of the cross even before we knew about Christianity, and it's one of unity. It is one of oneness.
Wow. You know, I think that there's so much that we don't pay attention to in terms of the symbolism behind it. Josh, tell me something. We didn't get a chance to catch up as we started the show. What have you been up to since we've all been maneuvering ourselves through the pandemic?
Well, as it relates to drumming, I decided that I wanted to broaden the whole concept of the talk that you referred to earlier.
Yeah.
Because 18 minutes is not enough time for you to be able, for people to get a broader picture.
Yeah.
Of what Garifuna drumming is all about. So what I did is that I took the different points and I tried to explain why I believe that this point was important to talk about.
Yeah. Have you been trying to share that on any of your platforms? I think this is a time where people are interested. I mean, there's so much access online to different courses and information. Maybe it's a great time to share that with the community.
Well, I'm still working on it. It's not final as yet.
Yeah.
I'm still working on ironing out the details of it. And as soon as that is set, I definitely will share it.
Yeah. All right. And we do know that, as I mentioned before, we are accustomed to having a celebration of Garifuna culture at the end of the year. It is so great to be able to talk to you, get some live drumming, and really just have this rich conversation to start the morning off. Thank you so much, Josh.
Not a problem, Marlene. Thank you.
All right. Take care and stay safe.